Hi, good morning. I am Dr. Christine Lee, procrastination coach, here this morning with, I think, a discussion instead of maybe the listicle format that I typically do every Tuesday at 10 on my chat here. Today I wanted to talk about the concept and the issue and the problem of reaching out for help. I think this is an essential topic for me to discuss because I like to discuss everything procrastination. And I am also bringing it up today because in recent days, I myself have had trouble just getting up the nerve to ask people for help when I've needed it in specific circumstances. And I've relied on the help of friends and coaches and colleagues to just get me over that hump so that I can actually open my mouth, reach out for help, ask for help, and then benefit from the help. So I really put all that together and thought today I really need to help you guys, if you need this kind of help, to understand why it can be so difficult to feel like we can ask for help comfortably. I want to share with you, as the background story, one thing I learned from an audiobook about a couple of months ago. The audiobook was called Persuasion. The book itself was kind of boring on audio, but one tip or lesson that the author shared was that one of the ways we can influence each other is through the concept of reciprocity. And that is simply the idea that if I do something for you, there's some sort of expectation that you will do something for me. Apparently that goes back, way back to the days of the Silk Road and the early traders, where people needed to rely on each other's sense of reciprocity, because if I'm handing you a pile of precious stones, what's to stop you from running away with my precious stones? My assumption is that you're going to trade some other thing that is precious, like some spices, for those stones. And so it goes way back to the Silk Road and that idea that we can trust each other because of this principle of reciprocity. And I hope that was clear. But when I heard that as I was driving, listening to this audiobook, a real light bulb went off in my mind, because I thought to myself, that's why procrastinators can have a difficult time asking for help, because perhaps they feel like they can't reciprocate. They're feeling burdened by their own work. They're feeling not good enough. They're feeling embarrassed. They're feeling completely overwhelmed. They're feeling flummoxed by the fact that they can't get themselves out of their own jam. And when I say they, I include myself, of course, especially in the past couple of weeks. So procrastinators are stuck in their own head. They're stuck in isolation, and they're stuck with this thought that this problem is never really going to go away, or it's going to be difficult for us as single solo people to climb out of this problem. And so I wanted to share that thought that I had a couple months ago with you today, because I've been waiting to share this with someone, and you're a captive audience. So that idea of reciprocity, now I want to talk about how to use that same idea and that same worry that you're a burden to someone else. Sorry, my dog is here distracting me. To change that and turn that on its head. Because as I've learned over the past couple of weeks, good morning, Inga, when you reach out and ask for help, you get so much good stuff. You get information, you get inspiration, you get a brand new way of thinking about things. You get that sense that you're not alone. You get friendship. You get hearts from your friends on Facebook Lives. You feel like you're in a community. You get likes from other people and pretty pictures of your friends on your camera. And I think it's really important for all of us to remember we are all in this big community. We might be isolated for a moment or two in our brain, but in reality, we are surrounded by love. We are surrounded by very talented friends, colleagues, people on the internet we'll never meet. And it's up to us to kind of get over ourselves and get over that sense that we pose a burden to other people. Good morning, Lisa, Mel, and Inga. Thank you for joining me here. None of us are that kind of a burden. And we are all capable of reciprocity, and that we are all capable of gratitude. We may not, in our overwhelmed state, be able to really do a share for a share directly. But I just recently learned, good morning, Johnny, that just the idea of exchanging gratitude is enough. It's enough to light us up from inside. And it's considered that's a solid transaction. So if you're feeling like there's no way you can ask anyone for help, I want to challenge you today. Good morning, Cindy. Everyone's on board today. I want to challenge you today to go find that person who can help you. And now I'm going to give you some tips. 1, don't feel like a burden. 2, Johnny, I am fine. How are you? Cindy, good morning. Thank you all. 2, be super specific about what you need, because it does help to smooth the transaction. All the hearts are flying today. Thank you guys. It smooths the transaction, but not my delivery, if you know what you're asking for. Try to hone in for yourself, if you can, on the one specific thing that you could use help with, and lead off with that. And leave it to the other person to tell you whether or not they can help. Don't decide for them, because that's kind of being a little codependent, and we try not to be codependent when we're trying to heal ourselves from procrastination. We want to be responsible for our own actions and our feelings, but we want to let other people be responsible for their own. That way the transactions can be clean and clear. And Melanie, yes, absolutely. Being specific always helps. Good, clear communication always helps. A third tip is to be timely in your request for helps. I am definitely not someone who always adheres to that tip, but lately I am trying my best. Really, it's kind of as soon as you feel like you're stuck, as soon as you feel like you could use another set of eyes or ears on something, go send that text message, go visit that neighbor, go get that help, and then everybody can feel like we're helping each other out. So thanks for listening today. This one was fun. I'm so glad everyone is on board with this morning and this live call. It was a pleasure to actually have people on here. Thank you for those who are watching on the replay. I also want to encourage you to join me in my Freedom from Procrastination membership program. The doors are open in a couple of weeks, in about 13 days, on that Monday, October 15th. And the reason why I'm mentioning this now is because it is an absolutely wonderful way for you to get help for your procrastination. I have learned so much myself from guiding this group of wonderful people who have decided to join me on this journey. I thought I was supposed to help them, but it turns out that the community is coming together every single weekend with me live online, doing coaching and working together. And the successes that are coming out of this small program are amazing to me. People are doing massive improvements in their businesses and in their health and in their thoughts about themselves without my even knowing it, because they go off the rest of the week and then they come back and share their experiences on Saturdays. And Lisa says, ooh, where do we go for that? I'm gonna put a link into the comment section of this video and on this post, so that you'll know how to get onto the wait list for this program. Again, the program's opening for a very short time, middle of October, starting October 15th. But I do want to just give you the message that there is a place for you to go. It's confidential. It's very personal. I put my all into this program, and I love this program because it helps me too. It helps me grow, and it helps me share the message that I care so much about. So I think that's enough today. But thank you all for sharing this journey with me today. Have a great one, and call that person you need to have help you today. Okay, bye. Love you all.